Good evening. With your CIGTV news update, I'm Simon Boxall in for Donna Bush. Our top story takes us to London, where the Cayman Islands government will soon be seeking a new representative. The office of the Premier, who is also the Minister of Home Affairs, announced yesterday that its contract with the company owned by David Lord Blencathra had expired on 31st of March. As a result, Lord Blencathra is no longer Director of the Cayman Islands office in the UK. A press release stated that the Premier and his chief officer had met with Lord Blencathra during a recent trip to London. Their discussion focused on the impact on the contract between the two parties of recent changes to the Code of Conduct of the House of Lords. The position of the Director of the Cayman Islands Government Office in the UK is set to be advertised. Members of the public can share their opinion on a draft national disability policy from the 3rd to the 30th of April 2014. Feedback on the draft policy, proposed goals and strategies is the objective of the public consultation. The policy aims to raise the standard of key services available to persons with disabilities with regards to healthcare, education, employment, and social inclusion. It also outlines a need to improve data collection in many areas to better inform policy and service provision. Cabinet Office Policy Director, Mr. Robert Lewis, chaired the National Disability Policy Development Steering Committee. Mr. Lewis takes us inside the policy development process.
We wanted to ensure that the policy development process is driven by stakeholders, persons with disabilities, their organizations, as well as eventually the public through feedback. Now, the process involves identifying visions, goals, strategies, objectives, but more important than those, because we know that even with those, policies can end up being shelved, action plans, implementation planning, who, what, where, when, how things are to be done are of critical importance. So after the policy is gone out to public consultation, there is legal vetting, and there is endorsement by cabinet, then the action planning, detailing would be finalized to ensure that the policy is driven forward.
To ensure that members of the public have an opportunity to provide face-to-face feedback and to ask questions, a number of district meetings are planned. All meetings commence at 7 p.m. The location and dates are as follows. On Thursday, April 3rd at the Aston Rutty Civic Centre, and that's obviously for residents of Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. In Grand Cayman, there are meetings on Monday, April 7th at the Mary Miller Hall in Red Bay. Also on Wednesday, April 9th, you can head out to the Sir John A. Cumber Primary School in West Bay. And on Monday, April 14th, at the James Manoa Bodden Town Hall in Bodden Town. And finally, on Wednesday, the 16th of April, East End and Northside residents can catch the meeting at the Clifton Hunter High School in the Performing Arts Centre. Once again, all these meetings start at 7 p.m. The policy will also be posted on various government websites, including www.gov.ky and www.cabinetoffice.gov.ky and www.education.gov.ky. An online survey will also be available on the same sites. For more information or to provide detailed feedback, interested persons should contact Robert Lewis at the Cabinet Office on telephone number 244-3602, that's 244-3602, or by email robert.lewis@gov.ky. Alternatively, you can reach Ms. Shari Smith, who is chair of the Policy Subcommittee of the CIDPSC. She can be reached on telephone number 949-3330 or by email at shari.smith@gov.ky. The Cayman Brac Agricultural Show last Saturday was an international affair. In addition to government representatives and visitors from Grand Cayman, the more than 1,000 people who turned out to see the show were joined by dignitaries from Jamaica, as well as the Turks and Caicos Islands. Jamaican Agricultural Society President, Senator Norman Grant, Turks and Caicos Agriculture Minister Amanda Missick, and TCI Agricultural Director Margaret Kalu all flew in for the annual celebration of the Cayman Brac agricultural sector. On hand to act as guides for the special guests were Premier Alden McLaughlin, Deputy Premier Moses Kirkconnell, Agriculture Minister Mr. Kurt Tibbetts, and Speaker Juliana O'Connor-Connolly. A highlight of the show was the announcement that farmer Margarito Murch Chanteloup was crowned King of the show. Estella Ryan was Champion Exhibitor of the Arts and Crafts, and Tad McFarlane was awarded Champion Cattle Farmer, and the Champion School was Spot Bay Primary. And don't forget, you can watch the CIGTV News Update rebroadcast throughout the night on our Facebook and YouTube pages. That ends another news update here on CIGTV. I'm Simon Boxall. As always, thanks for watching. Sorry, Mark.